Greetings, dear friends. My name is Megan Kelly, and we are at the Museum of Discovery and Science in the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale doing an installation today for their backyard. So what we're working on today is an edible edge, and we're using regenerative practices to get the system started. So as you can see behind me, we have a big pile of mulch, which was dropped off by some local tree trimmers. No mulch in plastic bags. Keep this waste out of the landfill, and we're able to use it to help feed our trees, get the system established, and lock in some moisture because we're here in our rainy season. It is July and it is hot. So we'll show you a little bit of the system. Follow me. So here's some of my dear friends. We're on break right now, hanging out in our soil building area. So what we're going to be doing through here is planting some bananas. So typically when you buy fertilizer from a store, it's a blend of NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And so we have plants that can do this for us. That way we can eat and enjoy the plants and also not tax the system or our wallets. So here we have bananas, which we're going to form a banana circle through here, which will be good for chopping and dropping composting, which provide potassium. We got pigeon peas and blue butterfly pea down here, which are nitrogen fixers. We're just about to plant those. And then right here we have a little patch of Mexican sunflower, which is Tithonia diversifolia, and it is a mineral accumulator that pulls up phosphorus from the soil. So we got NPK right in a row, right next to our mulch as well too. So my dear friends have been working so hard this morning planting all of these trees. Some of them were received from the Rare Fruit and Vegetable Council. So I'll just introduce you to a couple as we walk down the line. So what we did to plant the trees was first we laid out the design, and the way that we planned it out was so that larger trees would be interspersed with smaller trees. We have some variety but also space for the larger trees to grow. So this, our first tree, I think this is the first tree that went in the ground. This is strawberry tree or a muntinja. This is a fast-growing plant that will help get the system established. It has delicious cotton candy-like fruits. We have a couple over there that one of our friends brought from home. So strawberry tree will grow quickly, help to fill in the space. Then we've got a mulberry right here. This is an ever-bearing mulberry. It's a dwarf variety that will stay small. And the idea is that the people who come through here, kids, adults, will be able to harvest from these trees. So this is a mango, which will take a little bit longer to get established. We chose a lot of smaller dwarf varieties of mango trees. This one's one of my favorites. It's called Pickering mango. And you'll notice around the base of each tree, so what we did to plant a tree, we laid out the trees, we dug the hole, you fill the hole with water. This gives us a better idea of drainage, but also helps to ensure some wetness and fertility for that tree as it's being transplanted. It's kind of a traumatic day for a tree. But we also chose today as well too, because today is a good day for moon cycle planting. The moon right now is waxing towards full, and so it's okay to transplant things at this time. You have better success. So we planted the tree, watered it in, backfilled it with the soil, and then we have a layer of manure on top, horse manure from a local source. Sam brought that. Love you, Sam. Thank you. And then we're going to mulch on top after our lunch break, which we're on right now. So this is a Cattleya guava, strawberry guava, another mulberry. This will be a larger tree. This is a canistel or egg fruit, a delicious kind of savory, more substantial fruit. This is lang lang. So lang lang is more of a scented. It doesn't have a fruit to it. We have 2 scented plants on site, but who doesn't love scented things? I'll plant more wildflowers through here. This is a mulberry. It's an avocado. So this is our first avocado. Chose smaller varieties of that as well too. But this will be a larger tree. Then down below it is a sugar apple, which is in the Annona family. So these ones will fruit soon, within the next 2 or 3 years. And they stay pretty low, good understory plant. There's a curly-tailed lizard. This is a tamarind. So tamarind is a support species. So an important part of the regenerative system is having these trees that only feed us, but also feed back into the system. So tamarind has delicious seed pods that we can eat, but also it's a nitrogen fixing plant. So back in the soil building station, speaking about the importance of nitrogen, it's what most soil is missing. Tamarind also is a wind block as well too, so we planted it here as well to grow in nice and tall and help to protect the site. A little loud over here, so as you can tell, we are on Broward Boulevard right now. We are in a busy urban environment, but we've packed. Crew was asking me how many we've planted, and I think we're probably going to plant around 50 to 60 trees today into a fairly small space. And so we can have high productivity in small spaces when we use these principles. This is another strawberry tree through here. We're just after break plant some turmeric. Those are peanut butter fruits and some pineapples all around the base of this, which is kind of our grandfather tree. Jackfruit will get quite large, so this is kind of the front edge of the museum. Those can grow up to 80 feet tall. We're going to prune the trees to keep them down, but here this will be a nice showcase big tree. Jackfruit are the largest fruit-bearing tree. I always say it reversed, but they have big fruits on the trunk of the tree. Another strawberry tree framing jackfruit. Water in right now. So on lunch break we're just moving the water down the line, but as I said, we're in the rainy season right now. So we're planting at this time so we don't have to use so much water. Whenever you plant something, you have to water it in, but ideally these plants will be self-sufficient in the next 2 weeks or so. On the line right here, we have a little bit more of a shallow edge, so we're planting trees that aren't going to have as large of a root system. This is a loquat. I try and sell loquat to people as calling it our Florida peach. It's a nice fuzzy exterior. They fruit usually around my birthday in March. Kind of like an apricot as well too. They're delicious. Here is a Barbados cherry. This will be one of our early fruits. Really delicious. One cherry provides all the vitamin C you need for one day. Mango. We'll get you out of the loud zone soon. This is a June plum. One of our employees from the museum just planted. In between. One of the employees from the museum just planted this June plum. Loquat. Another cherry. Another mango. Another loquat. So kind of interspersing through here different heights. Here's another annona. This is soursop. Soursop is another one that will fruit fairly soon for us. And in the meantime, we can use soursop's leaves medicinally. It's being used right now to work with cancer. Cattleya guava, small strawberry guava, good for shade. So now we're getting into more of a shaded area. Get some morning light so you can see. Wow, look at those big buildings over there. We are in the heart of the city. This is allspice. I wish you could smell one of these leaves, dear friends. They smell so good. Allspice will produce seed pods, but in the meantime, you can use the leaves as well too. In the same family as our bay leaves. This is a new to me plant, but the Rare Fruit and Vegetable Council had them. It's Michelia alba. It's in the sandalwood and magnolia family. It's supposed to have beautiful, this is our other scented plant. Likes to grow in the shade, will form a nice shrub for when we work on the food forest area coming through here. And then last but not least is a little guava over there in the corner. And so behind me right here is what was initially planted on site. And these are a lot of Florida natives, which we love, and we want to keep them around. But some sword ferns have become quite aggressive underneath. So we are going to be planting through here and along this edge for our food forest. But today is day one of a very exciting project, and I'm grateful that you all are here to see the beginning. It's always fun to look back a year or so from now. So day one, trees in the ground, and great things ahead.